everybody, and welcome to today's workout. This one is specifically for beginners and level ones. However, in the email I sent out earlier, this is also our level 2, level 3, and black belt video. We're just going to be putting out a second one that will also be for level 2s, 3s, and black belts. So for a class credit, if you are a beginner level 1, you just need to complete this video. If you are a level 2 and higher, you need to complete this video and the next one that will be released as well. So first off, welcome, and I hope everybody's enjoying their very first day of spring break. And I gotta tell y'all, I am a little sad on this video here today. It's been a week, and it really, I don't know why, but today it's hitting me a little harder. I just really miss having the group classes going on. This has definitely been fun. I've been enjoying making these videos for you all, and this has been a huge help for not just our students, but I've had students from the past that I haven't taught in 20 years that have been watching these videos and using them to stay active and moving during this time. I've had friends and family that have never done martial arts before that also are letting me know that they're really enjoying these videos, and so it definitely is a good thing. But I am fully an extroverted person, and not being able to see all my friends and my family and all of you awesome students whom I love so much is just kind of hitting me a little harder today for some reason. But I got another great workout for you, and I am excited to bring this to you, and I really hope everybody is doing well. Keep up the comments, keep letting us know, emailing me and Mrs. G. It's at least being able to hear from people through email and some of the videos we got really helps to brighten my day up as well as Mrs. G's. So again, miss y'all, love y'all, but let's get to some training here. So today's video, what we're doing is we are focusing on the basics of the system that I created for teaching here at Success Martial Arts. So we are going to go through all of our basic punches today. We're going to go through all of our basic kicks. We are going to go through stances and how to do them. We will also do our blocks that make up all of our beginner and level 1 forms. So we're going to start out with the basics that we're working on this testing cycle, and we will then go into the basics that we worked on during the last testing cycle, and then from there we'll go into some stance drills, and we'll do some block drills while holding good stance work and give ourselves a nice little leg workout that way. And then we're going to finish this video up doing some limber up kicks, give ourselves just a nice little stretch to kind of finish everything off. So we are going to start out, just kind of don't need a lot of space for this video. You just need to make sure you got kind of enough room to swing around and not smack anything. So we're just going to be right kind of in the middle here, and we're going to start out with some of our punches. So we are going to just go left and right as we do this. So we just kind of start off here, right at our good attention. Give me a good bow, courtesy. All right, and we are going to set towards our left with a nice loud yell. Ready, and say, yeah! Now, we're going to start off just with our jab. So what I want to do with this video is I want to start off just going through the basics and the mechanics of each technique. Where does the power come from? What's the main purpose? Maybe even the targets for that particular technique. And then after we've done it a few times, a little slow, really working those mechanics, then we're going to go just a little faster, kind of get the heart rate up. So we're starting out with the absolute basic, the jab. So most of us know how to throw a jab really well. Some of the more advanced kind of basics and mechanics of this. So, everybody learns how to throw that jab with that front hand, just kind of extend and come back. However, there is a little bit of body movement with this as well. Now, the jab is never going to be the power punch that you're throwing. A jab is designed to be a really fast punch, and it is what I would call an annoying punch. If you're using it in a boxing match or in a sparring match, it is the one that you're throwing kind of most often, and it's just the one that kind of frustrates the person and really sets up the power punch, all right? So when we do our jab, we don't just kind of extend and bring it back. That is going to be fast, but it's not going to have much behind it. So when we do our jab, we're not going to throw a full pivot like we would on maybe a hook, an uppercut, or a cross, but we are going to do a little bit of a shoulder roll. So when I throw my punch, I'm going to extend that shoulder just a little, boom, as I do it. That's going to give me just a little more distance on my punch, make it a little bit longer of an attack, but more importantly, it's going to give it a little bit more power. So it just makes it a little more frustrating. So from here, as we throw it, we are just extending the hand out. My thumb is staying up almost the entire time, and then right at the last second, when I roll this shoulder, I'm also going to flip that punch over and give it that little extra pop at the end. Once I've done that, then it just returns. So let's do that again, a couple of more times, nice and slow out. And then at the last second, we roll it over and pop that shoulder, and then we bring it right back. One more time, ready, out, and pop, and then right back. Now, let's go to the other side. So go and turn, eyes on our target, nice and slow, using that right hand now. Nice and slow out, and then at the last second, pop that arm, roll that shoulder, and then bring it right back. Let's do it a couple more times. Nice and slow out, pop it, and back. One last time, we go out, and pop, bring it right back. And let's go back to the other side. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 10, nice and fast on each side. Staying with me, count them as we go. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we go to the other side. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We come back to the other side. Now, going to our cross. Now, this is going to be the power punch. The jab is the speed punch. That's the one, woo, we throw it, it moves fast, it's closest to the target, but the cross is the power punch. This is the strongest punch that we do. The other ones we'll do today are kind of the sneaky punches. So, with our cross, what we want to do, this one is a full pivot. However, what a lot of people do on their cross is they either pivot too little or they go too much. So if I just kind of barely turn a little bit, then my punch is quite a bit shorter than I want it to be, and I don't get as much of my body weight involved with the punch. So it doesn't have the same kind of speed, power, and intensity that it could have. Now, if I over-rotate, if I throw my punch and I twist, woo, all the way over, my foot starts to twist, you can see I'm starting to lose my balance and I'm having to adjust. I definitely have the longest punch I could throw there. However, it's not a good punch if you're out of balance and vulnerable to your partner or your opponent's counterattack. So what we want to do is kind of find the best of both worlds. We want the longest punch possible with speed and power and intensity, but still being in a nice balanced state. So when I throw that punch, I'm pretty sideways to my target. If my opponent was over here, you know, my body's more facing this way. So when I throw that punch and I'm done, as it goes out, when I finish, I should be kind of like in what we call our bad front stance here. Right? If I straighten this back leg, I'm in a pretty decent front stance. I don't want to be super wide like we would in a form. Nice shallow front stance with my heel off the ground. Now my body is facing to my opponent here. Then when I pull that hand back, I'm back into that sideways position here, right? And so as I throw that cross, nice and slow, it's got the same hand mechanics as the jab. When I throw that punch, my thumb is staying on top of my hand until the very last second, boom, I'm popping that hand over, and then we return. So it's not a shallow pivot, it's not an over pivot, but it's just kind of that balance in between, both my feet facing right towards, and then they both shift a little as they come back. So here we go, let's do a couple slow, and then we're gonna go faster. So we're nice and slow, hit, and we bring it back. Nice and slow, and one more, and the other side, and slow. And back, we go slow, pop, and last one, slow, pop. And back to the other side. All right, here we go. 10 in a row. Let's see it. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We go to the other side. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Back over. All right. Now, doing the kicks that we're working on this cycle. So we have our front kick, then our round kick. So these ones, we have done a lot of basic training on these guys. As we do our count kicks, that's the whole point of those count kicks, is to separate out each and every part of the kick to really make sure that we're doing each part right. So let's just do 3 count kick front kicks on each side, and then we'll do 10 speed. So here we go. When we do our count kick on our front kick, remember 3 steps. 1, that leg comes nice and tall. 2 is the snap out and back. And 3 is the set down. So here we go. Our hands are up, eyes are on our target. We got that front leg, 3 in a row. Here we go. We go 1, we go 2, and we set it down 3. And 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Other side. And 1, 2. Woo! Losing balance. 3. And 1, 2, 3. And last one. 1, 2, 3. Back to the other side. All right, here we go. 10 in a row. Nice, good. Go as high as you can on these, and give me some speed. Here we go. Hands up, and 10. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Going with that other leg. Here we go. 10 in a row. And 1. Woo! And then 2. There we go. 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. Ready? 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. All right. Back over. Shake those legs a little. Now let's do that round kick. So, same idea. We're going to go our 3 count round kick 3 times on each side. Then we'll do 10 faster. Here we go. Hands are up. So remember, 3 counts are the same as front kick. The only difference is the kick goes side to side rather than up and down. Here we go. Ready? And we go knee up. 1. We snap. 2. Set it down. 3. And 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Now, we go to the other side. Ready? And we come up. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Going a little faster. Back to the other side here. 10, nice and fast. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, woo, and 10. All right, going to the other side. Here we go. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Back it over. All right, here we go. Shaking those legs out. Now, those are the main basics that we're doing this testing cycle. Now let's review what we were working on before our last test. So we're doing our boxer's hook. So now we're set up here. And so going through that hook. So remember, the arm does not do a lot on this punch. It's mostly our hips and our pivots that make our punch really do anything. Really, the arm just kind of holds the position here. Either kind of thumb up and the knuckles flat like this here, boom. We're going more towards a body strike, or turned over sideways if we're going higher towards the head. But really, the arm just kind of holds this 90-degree angle. It goes out, and it's my pivot that moves the arm. Boom, right? So let's do 3, just nice and slow, doing our 3 count like we practiced in class last testing cycle. Then we'll go 10 fast. Here we go. And we bring the hand down. 1. We're gonna twist and pivot over as we punch. 2. Remember, when I'm done, my elbow should be pointing right at my target. I don't want to pull it too far over, right? Pointing at my target, and then we retract it back to our set stance 3. And 2 more times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Other side. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Last one. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. And 10 in a row. Nice and quick. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we go the other way. Ready? And nice and fast. Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming back over now, going with the uppercut. So, uppercut is usually used with the backhand. However, you can definitely go front hand uppercut in certain scenarios, but for the most part, it's the backhand that's gonna do it. Now, this one is very similar to the hook. So remember, there's 3 steps. Number 1, we wanna put our elbow onto our hip. Now, as a basic, I can drop the hand and practice coming up this way. However, once you get to sparring, if I bring this hand down, that kind of leaves my whole face open. So what we like to do is just a crunch with the side of our body. I crunch, and that brings my elbow down, but it also still keeps my hand protecting my face. So when I do this, I crunch over 1, I'm gonna pivot forwards and uppercut 2, and again my uppercut, my hand should stop right about my eyebrow level, and then I bring it right back 3. Let's do that a couple more times, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. That was a little faster than I wanted it to be. Here we go, other side, and we crunch. 1, we pivot out. 2, bring it back. 3, and crunch. 1, 2, back. 3, and 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Here we go. Going a little faster now. 10 in a row. Let's do it. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, one thing you might notice in this video is I'm doing my uppercut. You tend to see my hands being more like this than like this. And that's just because when you're close enough to actually use an uppercut, then you're really not standing like this. When I'm that close to an opponent, I want to really be kind of tucked in and protected here. So my hands tend to be much, much tighter, covering this lower area of my face, which is kind of the more vulnerable area. So my hands are in nice and tight as I'm throwing this uppercut here. So let's do 10 in a row, nice and fast. Ready? And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming back. All right, back to our legs now. So we got our side kick and our hook kick to go through. Then we're gonna be moving on to some stances. So here's our side kick. Now, I don't have anything here to help me balance, so a little more advanced practice of the count kick, doing it with no help at all. But if you need it, you can grab a chair, you can use the arm of the couch, maybe you got a person there that you can shake hands a cool way with to make happen pretty easy. But extra little challenge, try to do it, no help at all. See how you do. Ready? And our hands are up. So we're gonna go with our 5 count side kick. So we're really gonna break it down. We'll do it 3 times each side, and then we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna throw 10 in a row, both sides, really train it to a high level. So going through 5 count side kicks. So remember, when my target is over here for my side kick, count number 1 is bringing my leg up like I'm gonna be throwing a front kick right at you, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, I pivot and I turn my leg over flat like the tabletop here. And then number 3 count is the extend out and lock. Number 4, bringing it back in. And then 5 is then returning it right back down there. Now, when we do our count kick, we want to make sure the kick isn't done until both feet are back on the ground. What a lot of people will do is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they'll just kind of flop down and be like, woo, I did it! But that's not really it. We want to control that foot back down. That's, in fact, one of the most important parts. So here we go. Going 3 times on this side. Ready? We're going to bring that leg up, pointing your knee right towards me as I point mine at you. We go 1. We flip it 2. We kick out 3. Hold it. Back 4. Set it down 5. Control that leg. Here we go. Doing it again. Really lock that leg out there. Push those hips forward on that one. Really get that good looking kick. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, woo, 4, and 5. Last one. Here we go. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. Here we go. Ready? And we bring it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Control that leg down. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Losing it. And 4, and 5. Hopefully you had better balance than Master G on that last one. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back to the other side. All right, let's see it. Going 10, nice and fast. Really lock that kick for a second. Don't snap it, but really stick it. Boom, and then pull it back. All right, here we go. 10 in a row. Ready? Hands up, eyes on target, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Here we go. 9, last one, 10. We go the other way. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Woo, losing my balance. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. All right, hook kick. This is our last striking basic. Then we got some stances, some blocks, and then those limber hip kicks to finish. So here we go, hook kick. We're going a little faster on this. We're gonna do just the 3 count hook. So kind of like the side kick, we go 1, 2. However, we're gonna mix that all into the 1 count. So as we practice, 1 is gonna be knee up, over. When we do the 2, we're gonna extend our leg and hook it all the way through and then set it down on the 3 count. Here we go. Ready? Eyes on target, hands up, and we go 1, 2, and 3. Good. Do it again, and 1, 2, and 3. Ready? And last one. 1, 2, and 3. We go the other way. And 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. And 1, 2, and 3. Last one. 1, 2, woo! 3. Haha. And now we go 10 in a row. Here we go, everybody. Ready? And let's see it. Go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 9, and 10. All right, going the other way. Whew, starting to get a little sweat going. And 10 in a row. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. All right, go ahead and shake it out. Now's a great time. Give you about 30 seconds. If you want to grab a drink of water, go ahead and do so. Take a second, breathe. Feels good to move around. So, a few more seconds here, and then we're gonna go to our stance practice. So each one, we're gonna go through our front stance, back stance, and horse stance. So our 3 main stances that make up all of our forms. There are a few other stances we do, but really they're just variations of these 3. So we're gonna be going through each one, how to do them, then we got a little stance drill workout for us, and that's when we'll move on to our blocks. Here we go. 5 more seconds. All right, let's get going. So, starting out with our front stance. So, I'm gonna do kind of both directions. I'm gonna show the stance towards you. I'll also do it to the sides, so that way you can really see it from all the different angles. And I'm gonna show you how to kind of make the stance happen and how to check these stances as well to make sure you're doing the stance correctly. So, we got front stance first. So this one, if we're doing the front stance, we want to start out with our feet kind of what we call a shoulder width apart. So my feet, if you drew a line straight up from the feet, you should be in line with your shoulders. If I was like this, if I drew lines straight up, I don't have shoulders that wide, right? If my feet are together, drawing that up, then my feet are kind of right underneath my head, but not my shoulders. So I start out shoulder width apart, have them exactly like that. Now, from here, we're just gonna put our hands behind our back, because this is where we get to focus mostly on our legs. So, from here, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna start with our right leg first. So what we're gonna do is just take one good step straight forwards. I don't wanna step over this way where now my feet are getting close to each other. I don't wanna step out this way, and then my feet are getting farther apart, but just a straight line right where your toes are pointing. So I go one step forwards, and then I do another step forwards here, and once I got that, I wanna look down. If I can see my toes, which right now I can, what I wanna do is just start bending my knee until my toes are gone. When I look down, I can't see them at all. Right now, all I can see is this top part of my foot, and then I look at this leg. I want to make sure that this leg is locked. I don't want it bent and heel off the ground. I really want to push it back, lock that leg out. Really strong stance here, posture is up, and my body is facing straight forwards. So again, my target, my opponent, would be right here in front of me, and my hips, my shoulders, my chest, all are pointing directly at them. So then I push, and I come back to my shoulder width apart. Now we do the same thing using our left leg. So again, taking my steps straight forwards. So I go step 1, I go again, step 2, I look down, I can see my toes, so I bend my knee, there we go, I can't see them anymore. Posture is up, I know my back leg is locked, my both feet are flat on the ground, and all of my toes are facing the same direction. If I have my toes facing some other way in the back, then I know I'm not doing it right. I also should feel balanced. A lot of people kind of do it where their feet are right in line of each other, and this is what we call walking on the tightrope. We're moving around, we can't really get it set right. So we want the feet separated this way and this way. So from there, again, check everything one more time. Can't see my toes, got my back leg nice and straight, my shoulders, my hips, my chest facing right towards my target, and then I push, and I come back to where I started. Now, I'm gonna do it from the side position here. So actually I'll face this way first. So again, I'm gonna use my right leg again. Now you can continue to do it right towards me, or you can face the same way as me. It's totally up to you. So from here, I'm eyes on my target. My right leg takes one step straight forwards, takes another step straight forwards. I look down, I can see my toes, so I bend that foot, bend that knee, till I can't see them anymore. Check my back leg, it's nice and straight, nice and locked. Again, hips, shoulders, chest, pointing right towards my target. I push back, and I'm right back to the start. Now I'm gonna turn around, using the other leg. I'm using my left leg now. Feet, shoulder width apart. Take my step forwards, 2 step forwards. Check my stance. Looking good, back leg is locked. Hips, shoulders, chest, pointing straight forwards. And I push back. All right, now coming back towards you. So, going now to our back stance. All right, we'll detail out the back stance. Horse stance will go fast because there's not a tremendous amount of detail on that guy. But let's work our back stance now. So what we're gonna do, we start out, this one, I wanna start with my feet right together, toes facing the same way I am. Now, we're gonna use our right leg to do our back stance first. So I'm pulling my pant legs up here just so you can see my feet. So what I'm gonna do for my back stance is, I'm going to take my right toes and I'm gonna turn them. So my heels are still right next to each other, but if I look down, my feet are making an L, right? So I got a nice capital L going on with my feet here. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 1 step forwards, I'm gonna take 2 steps forwards, and then I wanna go a half a step. So just a little bit bigger than what I did before, or a little smaller of a step actually. Now from here, what I wanna do is I wanna bend my weight down and then push my weight back a little bit. So again, this is kind of a shallow back stance, all right? Now with our style, we like to get lower in our stance. So if you wanna go a little lower, then what we like to do is another half a step out. So that makes 3 steps forwards. And then I wanna take a little step that way. Now I bend and I push my weight back just that little bit. And again, most of my weight's back here, but in this position I can get lower in my stance, but I'm still nice and balanced here. All right, and then we go ahead and push back up and reset. So let's go to the other way here. Now, notice that my body doesn't turn to face like it did in the front stance. My body is here, facing this way. My stance and my opponent would be over here. So while I'm doing that back stance, I'm staying sideways with my body to him. I'm not letting my body turn towards him. So once again from here, I take my foot, I'm gonna turn those toes, now going this way, I'm gonna take my 1 step forwards. I'm gonna go right into the deep stance. So I take 2 steps forwards. I take 3 steps forwards here. I can feel my legs are nice and far. And then again, I take that little step out so that way I'm staying balanced. And then I bend down and I push my weight back a little bit. So again, body is still facing this way, but here if I was doing like a pseudo block or even a down block or a square block, I'm in the right position for it. So then from there, I push back to reset, and I'm gonna go towards you on both of these. So I turn and face this way, however, this is the direction I'm going. So I'm starting off with my right leg again. So I'm gonna turn those toes right towards you. I'm gonna take my 1 step, my 2 steps, my 3 steps. I'm gonna kick that back foot out just that little bit. I bend straight down and push my weight back. Now, I push all the way back to reset, and then I'm gonna face the other way. So again, from here, turn my toes. I'm gonna take 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, little step out with that back foot, bend down and back. And I'm in my solid back stance there. Again, I push to reset, bring my feet back together. And our last one, and then I got a stance drill that's really gonna burn our legs out here. So our last one is horse stance. So again, this one is pretty simple and easy. So from there, we start out with our shoulder width apart feet. And what I wanna do is double that. So I want to take another step out with one leg, another step out with the other leg. So my feet are pretty far apart. And then all I'm gonna do is bend my weight straight down and just sink as low as I can. So that's our horse stance. Back up, back together. So one more time, shoulder width, double shoulder width, bend, and posture. Holding it there just a few more seconds, and come back up, feet together, shake it out a little. All right, here we go. We're gonna do 2 sets of this drill. So we're gonna go 5 in a row, take a small break, and then 5 more in a row. Your goal on this is to not come out of your stance at all until we finished all 5 in a row. So the way this drill works is we're gonna start in a horse stance, then we're gonna go to front stance, then shift to a back stance, and then back to the horse stance, and that's half. Then we do it with the other leg. We go front to a back, and then back into horse stance. And once we've done those stances on both sides, that's 1. We do 5 in a row. Try to hold your stance low until we finish 5. Then we'll take that small break, and then we'll do 5 more again. Here we go. Going to start out, and we like to just keep our hands behind our back on this. So nice, good horse stance here. This is our reset. We come back to this every time. Posture nice and high. We're going right leg first. We're gonna push forwards. Try to get into that really good front stance. Then I'm gonna turn my back toes, bring my foot over. Now I'm in my back stance. Then I push back, horse stance. Nice and low. Now we go the other leg, front stance. Turn, step over, back stance, and back, horse stance. That's 1. Here we go. Front, back, horse. That's 2. All right, hold on. Ha, now we're at 2. And we go again. Back, and horse, and front, and back, and horse. That's 3, 2 more, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Last one. 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3. All right, go ahead, shake it out. Whew. I don't know about you, but I can feel that in my legs. Let's do it one more time, 5 times in a row. Here we go. A few seconds left on our break here. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Horse stance, and go. Front, back, and horse, and front, and back, and horse, and front, and back, and horse. Here we go, and back, and 2. Here we go, 1, and back, and horse, and front, and back, and horse. That's 3, 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 4. Done. Last one. Make them good. And back. Last side. And back. And horse. Hold it for a second. And come up. All right. Shake those legs out there. All right, here we go. Our last thing, we're gonna do a drill similar to that one, but we're gonna work on our different blocking drills. So we're gonna go down block, high block, pseudo block, and square block. So we're gonna do these out of our stances. So again, and make these legs feel real good by the end. So here we go. All right, most of these are done from our horse stance position. However, when we get to our pseudos and our square blocks, we will do those a little shift change in the body to a back stance to each direction and then come back to the horse stance. So, way it works, down block, high block, both are coming out of the horse stance. So, we go into our horse stance. Now, if I'm gonna do a right arm down block, I wanna put that one on top, other hand underneath here, right? Holding my stance, I'm gonna go down block. So the arm goes down while the other one pulls back onto the ribs here. Body works in opposites. So when this one's going out and I pull this one the opposite direction, the faster and harder I pull this, the more speed and energy the actual block has. Then we go to the other side. So I use the other arm on top and blocking hand just kind of tucks under, and then I pull as I block. So down block. Now, high block, I'm gonna bring my arm over my chest, and then from there, just gonna lift it above my head as I pull this one back, high block. Comes across, as I high block, I end up in the middle, making a plus sign here, right? And then it pulls as it finishes. Then we go from here, and we look, now we do our pseudo block. Now all I'm gonna do is, my one foot is just gonna turn a little so that I go into my back stance on that pseudo. So I have my hands up, my eyes over, I'm in my horse, and then I turn pseudo, look over the other shoulder, hands come up, and then both feet turn as I go pseudo, and then we go chamber. We're gonna turn both feet again, square, and then chamber, turn both feet, square. There we go. Shake it out a little bit. All right, so we're gonna go down, down, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, square, square. That's 1. We're gonna go 5 in a row, take a little break, then we'll do 5 more in a row. Here we go, everybody. And horse stance, chamber that right hand on top, ready, and down, down, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, chamber, again, right hand on top, turn square, and square. Good, that's 1. We come back to the beginning. Down, down, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, square, and square. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's 3, 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woohoo! Oh, knocked myself over. Here we go. Shake it out, shake it out. All right, we got one more set, then we just got our limber up kicks to finish our day off here. So, a few more seconds. Grab a quick drink of water if you need it. All right, here we go. We're gonna go a little faster on this one. Little dexterity drill. Challenge how well you can move that body. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, horse stand. All right, chamber it up, and let's do it. Ready, go. Down, down, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, square, square. 1, down, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, square, square. 2, down, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, square, square. 3, down, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, square, square. 4, down, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, square, square. 5, here, high, high, pseudo, pseudo, square, and square. All right. Shake it out. Hope you guys are feeling that in those legs. Got a little sweat going. All right, now this is gonna give us a bit of a little final workout. However, mostly this is just for stretching things out, making it feel good at the end of our workout here. So, our limber up kicks, remember these are just axe kicks, but instead of really trying to kick, all I'm trying to do is swing my leg up as high as I can get. So we're just gonna do 10 on each side, and then we call it a day. So, we're gonna put our right leg behind us, hands up here. All right, so we're gonna go count them through along with me. So when I say 1, swing that leg up, and then you give me a good 1, sir, at home. Here we go, ready? And, oh, by the way, on these, we're pretty warm, so we should be able to go nice and high with those legs. But remember, you wanna start out at an area that's a good stretch for you, and then with each kick, try to go a little bit higher, and you know, be careful of the surface you're on. You don't want to kick too high, slip out, land on like hard ground, you know. So take your time, do what you can. Here we go. 10 in a row, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, other leg. Here we go. Let's stretch out those hamstrings. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Woo! Great job today. Again, let us know that you've done these workouts, and as well as any other workouts that you've done that you haven't had a chance to let us know on yet. Again, we got lots of cards marked. People got way more classes right now than what they're supposed to have for testing, because most everybody that we've heard from is letting us know that they've pretty much done every single day of videos that we've released. So keep up the good work. We'll see you on the next video.